좋아했죠 그게.
You shouldn't diagnose people, you know, especially ones that you don't really know, and just off a few video clips. But forget that, because this man has ADHD, like 100%. Hello, esteemed colleagues. My name is Comedian, but don't take my word for it. This is Patron Thursdays, the special magical day when my patrons tell me what to react to. Crack Week is technically officially over, but my patrons are insatiable for crack. That's not slander, I mean, it's just the facts. I'm presenting the facts here. Crack Week is over, but they said no. Bring the crack back. We can't get enough of that good old crack. Crack. So they've got me out here doing more crack on camera. This time it's take your eyes off JK for a second. He'll do questionable things. Then that weird line symbol thing. Dive into his brain cells. It's a very specific title. It's a very tantalizing title. Tantalizing, titillating, titanic, titty-slapping title. I'm into it. If you'd like to take part in Patron for Thursdays and also see lots of fun Run BTS and Bon Voyage reactions, my Patreon is in the description. It's still down there. You haven't clicked it yet. How rude. You can also support me by clicking that subscribe button or just continuing to watch. I want to give a big thank you to Tangerine Meow for suggesting this week's Patron for Thursdays video, and to all my patrons who voted on it, and to you for watching it, of course. Now, this is kind of in honor of Jungkook, or apparently you're supposed to pronounce his name like Junggu, but that just sounds like saying the word goo to me. I don't know. So Mr. JK, if you can forgive Cameron Phillips then you can forgive me for saying your name slightly wrong. I'm not even convinced I pronounced my own name correctly at this point. My brain is a mess. But apparently I'm in good company, so I'm looking forward to sharing Jungkook's last 2 brain cells, and not in like a weird cannibalistic way. That would be a very tiny and insufficient meal anyway. I need at least 10 brain cells for breakfast and 15 for lunch. Anyway, this has gone on long enough, too far. I must stop this video soon, and the only way to do that is to get this reaction done. Let's do this. This is like Peggle music. It's very calming.
You ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
Yeah, I do that with myself all the time when I'm editing my videos. Are they saying this?
이건 인정. 인정할게요.
주고 당근 좀. 난 약간 불안해.
지민이가 인정.
So, this is a very, very long title for what might potentially might easily just replace it with the title Jungkook has ADHD, like, because I'm recognizing a lot of behaviors here. And even the person who wrote this, like, even that is like an ADHD thing. Everyone has ADHD, obviously. It's safe. Nobody is sane. Nobody's normal in this crazy modern world. But let's face it, the amount of times I've basically written about a 1,000-word essay, and I've looked at it and I've realized, the summary of the meaning of this essay basically means I'm hungry, or whatever, you know, or you want to hang out later. I spent 1,000 words saying what about 4 would do, and my reactions are very much the same. So if you're new to this channel, then, you know, beware. Point being, I forgot what my point was. I think Jungkook might have ADHD. I don't know. We'll see. But if all of this video is him rocking back and forth, touching himself, not paying attention, then you gotta ask questions. Serious questions. It's like he realized he's being filmed. What is he doing? Does he have one of those shirts where you can rotate it? And if so, why is he doing it piece by piece? Are there subtitles on this? No, there aren't. The eternal army struggle is, does this have subtitles? Have I turned them on? Have I turned them off? Oh. It didn't sound as struggling as I said it. It sounded like a big struggle in my head, but when I said it, it wasn't very bad sounding. But it's the 21st century. Having to turn subtitles on or off is outrageous. Okay. I mean, if he was like 10, the teacher would be sending him to a behavioral therapist. Just having too much fun being alive. Just doing squats. That is how to get the perfect booty. Even if, you know, because this is basically the BTS equivalent of being like a boardroom meeting. So if you've got an office job, you know, and you're in a meeting, start doing squats. If your boss calls you in for a promotion or to fire you, start doing squats. If there's a fire drill, start doing squats. Just any time. That is how you get the booty like Jungkook. Is that taken out of the Beatles? Or out of like the army, I'm not sure.
기로 결정을 한 거니까 여러분들도
He is enjoying his own.
즐겁고 행복했으면 좋겠습니다.
I'd like to think he spotted a picture of me just slightly off frame. I don't blame him. I do not blame him. Then he opened his eyes wide because he saw the rest of the picture of me. I mean, come on. Like, when I watch my videos, I realize that you can, if you look in close enough, which you shouldn't, you can just see my chair just trembling as if there's a constant earthquake. And although I live in California, that's not what's happening. It's the earthquake is the tumult, the tumultuous time inside my brain chemistry failing, and the neurons firing off each other and not really getting on repeatedly, millions of times a second. That's what's going on in my brain, is a mess. And it comes out as nervous energy, and I shake everything. I shake the chair, or I run up to people in public, I just shake them and say, why? It's a lot of shaking going on. It's just, how do they get anything done with him around? This is brilliant. This makes me feel a lot better about my existence, except for the part where he's like successful, the billionaire. Apart from that, we're basically the same, and everything I do is justified. Is he talking to a person, or is he just... Oral fixation? Oh my goodness. Alright, speaking of Cameron Phillips, if he hasn't used this clip yet, then why? Well, his dentist is going to be thrilled with him. I hope they're both soft bristle toothbrushes. Don't use hard bristle toothbrushes, people. Yep, those do open. Good thing nobody's taught him about the flies yet, the zips, because otherwise he'll just... Oh, that fell out in this interview. Just pop that back in there. Is that human mode? This is crazy, man. Like, this is...
Never knew.
You shouldn't diagnose people, you know, especially ones that you don't really know, and just off a few video clips. But forget that, because this man has ADHD, like 100%. Like, it's not even a question in my mind. I mean, ADHD and creativity go hand in hand anyway. This look here, it's like Orlando Bloom just walked out of a methadone clinic. It's unbelievable. And he still looks good somehow. It makes me angry. That's how I feel about life. That is my expression most days, so I understand it.
For a few years, were you just walking around going, we were on a break?
Just high-five yourself, high-five yourself. Pretend to understand James Corden's lame jokes. Is somebody drug testing this man? Not that I advocate for drug testing, I think it's a horrible invasion of privacy, but if they were, maybe it might come out that he's just, you know, banging like 10 tabs of acid a day. He's just completely in cloud cuckoo land. He looks like somebody who has taken far too much at a music festival. He's just like... See? See?
하나는 신나게 해도 되고 하나는 야, 니네가 뭘 해?
He's like, what was in that thing I just... Sugar said it was ramen, but...
취한 거 아니에요, 지금 제가.
That's great. I tried that on a policeman once. He wasn't taking it, sadly. Is this where the inspiration for BTS Fire came from? Why wasn't the whole music video just this? Well, he's clearly making a memorial to his old umbrella, which sadly died in the umbrella fire. Again, Cameron Phillips. That was food, right? Technically, the noise was. He's making the same noise that babies make when they eat, but he's feeding himself. Like, I wonder what his internal dialogue is. Is he like trying to distract himself? And he's like, Jungkook, what? Who said that? Jungkook, it's me. Your subconscious. Oh, hi. Open the mouth. Here comes the aeroplane. Oh. In fact, he's making the exact same noise that Elastigirl from The Incredibles makes when she's feeding Jack Jack. The exact same noise.
You're making weird faces again.
No, I'm not.
Getting tired now, though, to me. In the beginning, I was like, okay, it's cool, ha ha ha.
Tired of what? Him eating? That's genius. Why have I never done that? Wow, that's... Oh man, the laugh. I think it's Jin that does that laugh and this gets me every time. I didn't laugh when I said that though, it's suspicious. It's funny though.
어?
They'll never know.
Number 2.
Ding dong.
Why did he sound like Hyacinth Bouquet? Like, he sounds like an old English lady from like an old English sitcom. He's like, ding dong, oh, Gerald, fetch the butler. Is he trying out for the role of Queen Elizabeth II? Queen Elizabeth squared. Just loving life. What's that like? What's that like?
I'm the leader and kind of like a translator for this group. Actually,
How are you supposed to...
taking a train or subway.
Alright, well this I completely support. I hope he completely yeets that into someone's face when he comes down. That would be even more worth it. I hope he completely twats RM in the face of it. Oh, he gave it to him. That's even nicer than what I would do. Gotta let out his energy, his male aggression. Look how manly he is. We get it, you're a strong, virile young man. Young man, what are you doing? This is how I feel about the music industry. Well, that coat in itself is an ADHD statement. How does he make looking like a knob look more skillful and sensual? I remember that episode of Run BTS. I remember it because I've reacted to it. It's on my Patreon. Why do I keep saying this? You can't blame a man for trying. I gotta put food on my table. Or in my example, gluten-free chunks of misery. That's actually more expensive than actual food for some reason. I don't know why. Hey, must be the money. There is so much potential shipping content in here. My people need me. Amazing. It just heads down. Don't give him attention. Don't give him the attention he sorely craves.
Nomination, but it's a first for actual music. The first one was for album, and the way it was constructed and the way it was made. This
Are his J-Hope looks sick of his shit. Are his joints okay? I understand. I get it. He was probably told to do that by like a physical therapist, because apparently if you're like exercising all the time, which I have no idea what that's like, you know, if you're dancing as hard as they are, you're basically like, you'll look great, but you'll have the joints of an old person aged like 34. So I understand it.
how does it?
Less sure about the head bob though. I dug his knees. That is a magnificent jumper. I love it. Look at that. He might not even have a neck. That jumper's so magnificent.
Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, it's impressive. Even when they're being silly, they're just so much better at dancing and being humans. Makes me feel a bit sad. These look a lot like those "what are white people doing" memes, you know, where you have like 7 bridesmaids going ham on the offbeat. Like this. Yeah. This one's making me feel good about myself. Thank you, BTS. I feel redeemed now. Except I just realized I'm probably dancing worse than they are. Oh, what a giveaway. I love it. This song is great. They should use it for the whole compilation as far as I'm concerned. Wow. The disrespect to props there. he regretted. Another thing to just throw around. Yeah, map of the soul persona, yay! Go team, go album. Wow, he's got the Mary Poppins vibe down pat. Oh yeah, we get it, you show off. I feel like working out in what is basically a nightgown is a really big flex. Like a huge flex, literally. Well, red and black is the new black. Black is the new lumberjack. Red and black is the new flapjack. This is one of those things where it's like, you know, don't kink shame anyone, but don't share your kinks in public, you know. It's about, you want to make sure other people are consenting to be involved. I'm not consenting to be involved in whatever this is, even though I do find it slightly scintillating. That's just BTS at award shows, I can tell, because there's like a female K-pop group just looking completely and utterly uncomfortable around them. Like, BTS around ladies at award shows reminds me of me around ladies all of my life. Just, you know, enjoying myself, living my best life, trying to perhaps attract attention, but also driving people away in droves. That chicken's like, I got nothing. I am not even competing with that. That chicken probably walked over like, mother clucker, and then JK whipped out his enormous ruffly horn bit, and that chicken was like, I tangled with the wrong chicken. I apologize. You are clearly the alpha cock in this group. See what I did there? It's exhausting. Me using the English language, exhausting. I apologize for it. But that was, I guess it hasn't finished yet. They're probably going to advertise some merch. Subscribe. That's fair enough. Go and subscribe to Sugar Army. They have great crack reactions. As I was saying, that was a really fantastic crack compilation. That was probably one of the funniest crack compilations I've seen in a while. And yeah, like I said, you absolutely should not diagnose people. You know, that you don't know. You shouldn't diagnose people anyway. Mental health is, you know, although it shouldn't be a taboo and we should talk about it, you should respect people's right to privacy. That being said, this man has ADHD. He just does. He just does, okay? Like, I'm watching that thinking, wow, I don't have ADHD. I thought I did. I'm diagnosed, medicated. Sometimes my life is a mess. My brain is a mess. But watching this, I don't have ADHD, clearly. I mean, clearly, I don't. I'm actually sane. I'm sane and regular. I had no idea. The things you learn about yourself by watching BTS content. But yeah, that was a really fantastic crack compilation. Properly funny. I really enjoyed that one. I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction to it as well. And if you did enjoy it, then make sure to reward me by clicking the like button, the subscribe button. Please do subscribe if you like my content. My subscription counts randomly sometimes just seems to be about as sluggish as my brain. There's probably a link there when I get out of bed in the morning. But today I actually feel good, and I feel like I have energy, and I feel like I deserve your subscription, so you better start fucking clicking that subscriber button. Like I said, I also have lots of really fun and hilarious, maybe, Run BTS and Bon Voyage reactions on my Patreon, early access to all my content, so please do go and check that out, patreon.com/ComedianReacts, and I have a really fun Discord community, also in the description. Go and check it out. Have a lovely, happy, wholesome day full of hugs and laughter, which you can do by watching more of my content. One of those two things is guaranteed. Hugs. And I'll be seeing you soon. And remember, if you like my reaction to Jungkook having ADHD, then click the subscribe button. I'm diagnosed, so it's okay to say for me.